Hey everyone, my name is Renee, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to do 2 different yoga poses that are excellent for stretching your upper back and your lower back. Now, when we work out, oftentimes what we're doing is we are moving forward and back and side to side, and those 2 different planes of movement. But think about your everyday life when you're getting in and out of a car or moving around, or you reach down to the floor to pick something up. We are also moving in the plane that requires us to rotate our trunk. So what these poses I'm going to show you today are going to do involve twisting the spine. Now there are all sorts of little and very important muscles that run along the length of the spine that often get neglected. We don't stretch them out sometimes. So these poses are going to help you stretch those muscles, both for the top and the bottom, and it's going to feel really, really good. The first one I'm going to show you is one you have probably already done without even realizing it. You were doing yoga but didn't even know. So let's say you were sitting in a desk chair or in a chair at home, and you just put your hand on the handrest and one hand on your knee, and then you just turn to the side and then you rotate to the other side just to give yourself a little bit of a twist. That's very close to what I'm going to be demonstrating for you right now. So let's get to the first pose for the upper back, and then I'll show you the last one for the lower back. Okay, I'm going to be facing the side so you can see the side of my body as I do this pose. I'm going to show you on each side. Now just a quick warning, this pose has a lot of right, left, crossing opposite sides of the body. So I'm going to try to explain very slowly because it's kind of easy to get confused. So the first thing I'm going to do is stretch my right leg straight on the floor, and I'm going to point my toes up towards the ceiling. Not real hard, but just generally pointing the toes up. The second part I'm going to do is to bend my left knee. Now, depending on the size of your body, it may be more comfortable to leave the foot out like this. Otherwise, you can also try crossing it. But for some people's bodies, this is uncomfortable. So just know you can have the foot out here or cross it over your body. Okay, here's the fun part. So this is my left knee right here that's bent. I'm going to take my right hand, or my right arm, and I'm going to cross that left arm right here and brace it against my left knee. So right away what this does is it can kind of pull this shoulder forward. Let's leave it here and I'll come back to that in a second. With my left hand, I'm going to place that behind me, lightly on the floor. You can have fingertips or a flat palm, that's okay. The last thing to kind of put the finishing touches on this pose is I'm going to think of my sacrum here and my spine going all the way up. You want to think of rotating at the top of that spine. That sacrum and spine stay nice and straight, and then that rotation comes at the top. So what we want to do here is try to resist the urge to lean into the hand and hang out and put weight into this arm, but try to keep as light as possible. This requires me to move my pelvis forward, straighten up this part of the spine, and now open up the shoulders and twist. So think of opening up the front of the shoulder here, and then also moving this shoulder here in a direction of the twist. Notice how I'm starting to straighten up my back arm. I may change the position as I get deeper into the stretch. Aha, so there we go. So that's side 1. Now I'm going to come out of it and do the other side so you can see what that looks like. I'll run through it briefly. Left leg straight on the floor, right knee is bent. Again, either out here, or if it's comfortable to do so, cross it over that knee. Left hand, and you'll know if you have it wrong because it's going to feel weird and like you're not getting the stretch. So, right knee is bent. Left arm, cross over. Ooh, make sure the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Again, I'm bracing this arm against the knee. I take my right hand behind me and then put the finishing touches on the pose. Straighten up the spine, and now I'm going to turn to look over my right shoulder. Ooh. And as you can see, I'm sort of adjusting my body as I relax into the pose. And hold this for several seconds. I feel it kind of shoulder blade area and going up. Again, trying to keep your weight light on the back hand, and then come on out. And if you want to, you can do a quick counter twist, twist it in the opposite direction, just to kind of loosen up from that stretch. Wonderful. Let's get to stretch number 2. If you've been watching my videos, you may have seen another video I've done showing this pose, but I'm going to demonstrate it again because it is so wonderful. This is a great twist for the lower back and hips. I recommend keeping it in your toolbox and pulling it out anytime your lower back and hips start to feel tight. This is a really good one. So you're going to lay down. Okay, I'm going to start with my left leg straight on the floor. Again, keep those toes pointing up. And then I'm going to take my right leg in a 90-degree angle like this. Now again, we have this crossbody deal going on. So right leg is bent, left hand goes to the outside of that knee, and I'm going to pull the knee across my body. Notice as I'm doing this, I'm keeping the knee about in line with the hip more or less. Try not to let the leg drift down here. It may want to do that. Try not to let that happen. And then I'm going to twist only as much as it feels good to my low back. So if you're really, really stiff, you may be right here and stay there the whole time, and that is fine. So let's just keep it about there for right now. Now, what happens with this arm? What I'm going to do is open up the arm with the palm up, extend straight out from the shoulder. Doesn't have to be up here, doesn't have to be down here, but just extending straight out from the shoulder. That's the second benefit of this pose. Not only am I getting this wonderful twist in the lower back, sacrum, and hip, I'm also opening up the chest muscle and the shoulder muscle. Now I can either turn to look towards my hand, or you can just keep the gaze straight up if that feels better on your neck. Hold that for a little while, maybe 10 or 15 seconds. You'll notice, as I'm experiencing right now, that I'm able to go a little bit deeper into the pose naturally. So don't force. Just let the body open up on its own. Okay, I'm going to bring this back up. And now let's switch to side two. Right leg on the floor, left leg with a knee bent. And now I take this thing's getting in my way, my right hand to the outside of the knee. Watch out for the flowers. And I'm taking this across my body, and I open up my left arm, extending from the shoulder. So you can, again, turn to look towards the outstretched arm or not, up to you. And hold. You may find that one side is looser than the other. So this side is my looser side. My right hip is tighter. This is lovely. You may find that your back cracks a little bit naturally when doing this pose, and that's perfectly fine. If it happens naturally in the movement, that's okay. All right, bring that back up. Aha. And just to finish, just bring both of your knees into your chest, give them a little squeeze to release the lower back, and then you're all done. Okay, so that's it. Wonderful to keep in your repertoire of poses to stretch your upper back and your lower back. And this is easy to do. All you need is a yoga mat, or if you have a carpeted floor, lay down on the floor. If you need recommendations for mats, please see the links below the video for different kinds of yoga mats for different budgets. When it comes to yoga mats, pretty much you get what you pay for. So I hope that this video was helpful and that your back and your spine and everything just feels much better. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll talk to you soon.